The Simpsons 2025 prediction. Did they just warn us about the future? The internet is buzzing again. Another wild claim, another prediction. And once more, it's The Simpsons at the center of it all. For decades, this cartoon has done more than just make us laugh. It's freaked us out with eerie, sometimes downright chilling glimpses of the future. And now, fans are saying the show may have hinted at something about to unfold in 2025. But here's the real question. Is this just another coincidence? Or is there something more unsettling at play? Stay with me because we're going to dig into the strangest predictions this yellow-skinned family has ever given us. And then we'll break down the scene that people swear points directly to this year, The Simpsons' extraordinary legacy. When The Simpsons first hit TV screens back in 1989, it was just supposed to be a quirky animated sitcom. A goofy dad, a mischievous son, a patient mom, and a town full of weird neighbors. But over the years, it became so much more than that. This show evolved into a cultural time capsule, a mirror of society. And whether by accident, luck, or something stranger, a kind of accidental oracle. With over 700 episodes, The Simpsons has had the time and space to touch nearly every subject under the sun. Politics, technology, celebrity scandals, science, international relations, and even pandemics. And that's where the legend began. Because as the years rolled on, people realized that some of these satirical jokes weren't just jokes. They were glimpses into the future. The pattern of predictions. Let's lay it out. In the year 2000, The Simpsons aired an episode where Lisa Simpson became president of the United States. In that scene, she casually mentions inheriting quite a budget crunch from President Trump. At the time, a throwaway gag, pure comedy. 16 years later, it became a reality. Then there's the 1992 episode featuring a handheld watch with a built-in video phone. Science fiction back then. But fast forward to the 2010s, and Apple, Samsung, and others rolled out smartwatches with, you guessed it, video calling. Another episode showed a faulty autocorrect system that caused chaos. That was years before smartphones made autocorrect an everyday headache. And who could forget the episode where Disney buys 20th Century Fox? A shocking joke when it aired. And yet, in 2019, Disney finalized that exact deal. Coincidence or something more? Going deeper, predictions that shocked the world. Let's go even deeper. In 1997, there was an episode where Marge recommends a new children's book called Curious George and the Ebola virus. At the time, Ebola wasn't even a mainstream topic. But just a few years later, Ebola outbreaks became a global headline. Or take the Super Bowl. In 1992, The Simpsons jokingly showed the Washington football team defeating Buffalo. That exact matchup, with the exact outcome, happened the following year. And then there's the infamous three-eyed fish episode. The writers created a mutant fish called Blinky living near a power plant. A few years later, a real fisherman in Argentina caught a three-eyed fish in a lake polluted by a nuclear facility. That's the kind of detail that makes your skin crawl. Rational explanations versus the unsettling feeling. Of course, skeptics have their explanations. Statisticians will tell you, if you make thousands of jokes about every possible topic, eventually some of them are going to line up with reality. And the writers themselves insist there's nothing supernatural going on. They're just really good at looking at trends, asking what if, and writing it into a script. But here's the unsettling part. The sheer number of hits, the accuracy, the timing. When predictions start stacking up, it gets harder and harder to just laugh it off. The fan obsession. And that's where the fans come in. For years now, The Simpsons has stopped being just a show. It's become a mystery to solve. People rewatch episodes not for laughs, but for clues. Online forums are filled with screenshots, theories, and debates. On TikTok, creators point out side-by-side comparisons. An animated scene, followed by real-world footage. Some treat it like a fun internet puzzle. Others, they take it seriously. Like a warning baked into comedy. And that's why whenever a new prediction surfaces, it spreads like wildfire, which brings us to today. The 2025 prediction setup fans believe there's an old episode of The Simpsons that points directly to 2025. In it, the world is shaken by a crisis. Society turns on its head. And one small, almost throwaway detail has people convinced this isn't just a gag, it's a clue. Now, before I show you the moment, remember this. After decades of eerie accuracy, can we really afford to shrug this off as a coincidence? The big reveal, 2025 prediction. The scene in question shows a crumbling economy, people panicking, and society stretched to its limits. Money is shown literally burning. Citizens are desperate, trying to find stability as the world around them shifts. And here's where it gets chilling. The year referenced in fan theories, 2025. Some say it hints at a financial collapse. Others think it's a warning about global unrest. A few believe it ties into breakthroughs in AI. Another prediction. The Simpsons hinted at long before ChatGPT or modern robotics ever became a household name. Whatever it is, the internet is now buzzing with one question. Is 2025 about to prove The Simpsons right yet again? Maybe it's all a coincidence. Maybe it's just brilliant writers doing what they do best, or maybe, just maybe, there's something else going on here. One thing's for sure. The Simpsons has once again captured our imagination, our fear, and our fascination with the unknown. And as we move through 2025, we'll be watching closely to see if fiction once again turns into reality. Because if history has taught us anything, when The Simpsons jokes, the world should probably listen.
Hello to my family subscriber Simpson Reverie, and today I would like to say thank you for watching the Simpsons 2025 prediction that they just warned us about the future. And today I come here to give you a summary of the whole video and also give an additional education value of the story about. For the summary of the Simpsons, this video explores how the Simpsons, beyond being a comedy show, has built a reputation for a reality accurate prediction for real-world events, from Trump presidency to smartwatch and even global crisis. It examines why this prediction happened, balancing expert explanation with the mystery that fascinates fans worldwide. The story built toward the chilling data and chilling idea that an old episode may point to events in 2025 and raising the question of whether it's coincidence or a cultural warning hidden in plain sight. And the last one I give you about the exceptional of the video. Viewer can learn about the cultural impact of the Simpsons, how satire can mirror and anticipate reality, the rule of probability in prediction, and also why society is drawn to finding meaning in coincidence. And it is encourage critical thinking about the media, history, and also over fascination with the future. And how about you? What do you think about the summary? And what do you think about an idea or opinion for yourself? You can drop the comment below of the video. And thank you for watching. See you next time. See you next video. And see you next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.